folks all good, that sun is shining. Ay, chillin' with my feet kicked up like I ain't trying. Yeah, this is what I want on summer, yeah. Gangs all here, let's run it, yeah. Vibes right here, 100, yeah. I've been on game like EA. Sippin' too soon, that pregame. Sign up on 2, that 3-way. I just went fast like we late. I just thank God like you say. How can I not, yeah, we straight. See this tapped in like relay. Yeah, it's on me like prepaid. If you ain't hip, you adios. I just feel lucky that particle. Getting that brain like on a roll. I have my goals and I double dose. I just went in, yeah, and I ain't look back. Now I got these wins, yeah, and the vibes on that. I've been vibing with the crew. Ain't no silence, that's the move. If you killin' on the vibe, you gon' meet the front door, goodbye. I've been vibing, yeah. Me and my folks all good, that sun is shining. Ay, chillin' with my feet kicked up like I ain't trying. Yeah, this is what I want on summer, yeah. Gangs all here, let's run it, yeah. Vibes right here, 100, yeah.
Everybody dancing, everybody vibing, everybody moving. There's no silence, bad little thing. She good vibing, make her go drip, drip, drip like an island. I know, I swear it feels like I'm on a wave. We getting turned up, we out of space. Oh, how I love all these summer days. I'm hoping this feeling don't fade away. Cause you know we always be feeling this way. Everyone drinking, we floating away. Got 2 biddies on me, they tryna have fun. If we run out of liquor, there's more on the way. Ooh, hey, what can I say? Only good vibes, I be all in my way. Ooh, hey, what can I say? Don't play for tomorrow, just live for the day. I've been vibing with the crew.
What's up, people? I hope you guys enjoyed that. I wanted to try something just a little bit different. Not too much though, but yeah. So my name is Trenton Steele, aka Fatherrdiff. You can go ahead and follow me right now if you're not already doing that. I don't know why, but also you can go ahead and subscribe too. Check me out. All right, so what you just watched was me shooting the Pentax 6.7 with a 90mm lens along with Kodak Portra 400, and I shot these images just a smidge overexposed. So instead of me shooting at 400, I set my light meter to 320, which means that it's gonna allow me to change the settings or put the settings to the point where I'm either gonna let a little bit more light in with the shutter speed or a little bit more light in with the aperture. So I use the Sekonc, that bad boy right there, and I really enjoy this light meter. I'm gonna do a specific video for this, but for the sake of this, we're just going to talk about overexposing Portra 400. I didn't want to do it too much because it didn't need to be that much. My idea was to shoot this in very harsh sun. Didn't really work out like I thought it was. The first spot we went to, they asked us to leave because we were on private property, blah blah blah. Atlanta's just different. Mississippi, you can do whatever. What I learned from this is if I'm shooting in the direct sun, I should meter for the actual highlights instead of the midtones, which is where I metered pretty much all of this, because it's gonna overexpose the skin tone, and that's the last thing you want. I mean, you may want that. I personally didn't want that for this shoot. Also, I learned not to be afraid of the shadows. Shadows are gonna give a lot more shape and a lot more definition to what you're shooting. Me personally, I'm not used to that, so I'm trying to train my eye to get more comfortable with that. And of course, the last one is Kodak Portra is top tier. I mean, you're not gonna beat that grain and you're not gonna beat that sharpness. So I personally love this film and I'm gonna continue to shoot with this film. Now, is this gonna change how I shoot from now on? Now that I've shot this slightly overexposed? Yes, I'm gonna continue to do that because film has a, what do they call it, latitude, which gives you a little bit of a leverage to overexpose things. Now, if you underexpose film, then you're just, you out of luck, bud. But yeah, I'm gonna continue to do it that way because I like the way it looks. Instead of me metering for the shadows in direct sun, I'm going to meter for the highlights, and that includes the midtones as well, because you don't want that overexposure on the actual skin tone, because that's what you're mainly wanting to see when you shoot portraits. You want to see the skin. All right. And also, I used a tripod for some of this because when we changed locations, that was over in a shaded area, so therefore it wasn't that much light getting in, and with me shooting at technically 320 ISO instead of 400, of course you're gonna need to drop down that shutter speed and the aperture, but I wanted to keep shooting at a certain aperture, so therefore I had to compromise with the shutter speed. I had to use a tripod. because shooting below your focal length of your lens, you're gonna cause handshake. And with this having a movable shutter, as heavy as the Pentax, you don't want that handshake. So I use a tripod, but from now on, I'm going to use a travel tripod that's a lot more lighter and a lot more, travelable. Travelable, is that a word? It is today. So I'm looking for a tripod to help me just be able to do that more often and carry less weight. And shooting Kodak Portra, slightly overexposed. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys got any questions or tips, let's talk about it below. Do you guys shoot overexposed, or do you shoot it dead on at 400 ISO or whatever the ISO is of the film stock that you're shooting? Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button. If you rock with me, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Let's chop it up. Until next time, I am out.